Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to SCSN, your home for Solano Sports, where we have a great game in store for you tonight inside the Falcons' nest between the Yuba 49ers and your Solano Falcons. My name's Stash Moida. I'll be calling the play-by-play tonight, and I'm joined here in the broadcast booth with my partner, Mr. Zach Poff. Zach, how you doing today?
Doubleheader, interviews, baseball all day. Life couldn't be better, and I am looking forward to watching number 34 for Yuba, 32 actually. Chris Smith actually had it right the first time, 34, averaging nearly 22 points a game, 5 boards, nearly 4 dimes, shooting 54% from the field, 47% from deep. This kid can ball. Also, too, looking at Yuba, head coach Doug Cornelius, a legend in coaching, especially in the Sacramento Yuba area. It's his 13th year. Let's just say Yuba's made the playoffs in the 12 previous years. He's been the head guy for Yuba.
Wow. You know, Yuba is undefeated in conference right now. They're on an 8-game winning streak, a lot like the Lady Falcons. And you know what? Yuba is in the top 5 of every category in the conference
Makes
right
sense.
now. They're number 1 in blocks per game and field goal percentage.
And also, I mean, looking at what Coach Cornelius has done with this Yuba team, they've won the BVC 8 times, and they've won 7 in a row. So, I mean, it's just been dominant for the Yuba 49ers and this team, man. I mean, this stat says it all. 28 players have gone on to play D1 ball from Yuba. And one of those guys is in the NBA right now, and he's been banged up for the Warriors. Festus Ezeli, of course, went on and played over at Vanderbilt in the SEC. And he didn't play ball for Yuba, but he gray-shirted here, and Doug Cornelius is one of the main guys that really taught him how to ball, and you see it with all of these guys on his team. Best coach, I believe, in all of California Community College basketball.
Oh, man, this is going to be a great game. I'm excited. Are you excited, Zach? I can feel the tension.
I'm stoked, man. It was hard watching a 57-point blowout in the women's game. Here, hopefully, a little closer contest. Of course, second time they've played this year, Yuba won easily 93-66 the first time around, and we are set for the tip, baby.
And Teron Morrison wins it, but it's controlled by Yuba. Straight to the basket, up and under by number 12, K.J. Logue.
And that was just too easy for Yuba. K.J. Logue, big time. We're going to get a foul on 13, Barry Ogalu.
Now, from the Solano team, who needs to step up this game and help Solano get the victory?
I'm going with the 2 sophomore studs. Actually, the 5 starting sophomores. But the 2 I'm going with is 22 and 32, Jamari Moss and Corey Duran. I believe those 2 guys really need to get off to an early start. And our boy Mike was big on Teron Morrison, a bruiser inside, maybe get him some easy buckets in the paint too.
And it looks like Yuba's using a full court press, and if he doesn't get it off here, he's got to get it up court quickly, and that would be a timeout called by Solano.
And early TO, and we saw that for the other team in the first matchup in the women's game. A lot of timeouts burned early, and here Nagel's got to use one. Full court press, something you don't see too much in men's basketball, but anything Coach Cornelius is doing with his Yuba squad. What does Solano need to do, though, in your eyes, to really kind of just compete in this game and keep it close?
You know what? They need to play their game of basketball. They can't let Yuba dictate the tempo and the ball movement. Solano needs to make clean, crisp passes and look for those high percentage shots around the baseline and around the free throw line. Shoot those up, get a couple points on the board, expand it out, shoot a couple threes here and there. But the person for Solano needs to have a big game is Teron Morrison. Last week against Merritt when they were playing, he was having a big game, and foul trouble happened early, and it caused him to leave the game. And after that, Solano just dwindled the lead away and wound up losing by 7 points. And once again, Teron Morrison with a foul.
And just great body control by Barry Ogalu. I mean, took the contact, able to move the ball, and almost got the and one. And this is exactly what Solano doesn't need. They don't need to have those early turnovers in the start, allow easy buckets for Yuba, and they don't want to fall behind early against this very talented team. And like you mentioned, partner, they're 8-0 in the BVC. Not one of those wins has been by less than 10 points.
No, it has not. They've been mostly all blowouts. I'm looking at the stat sheet now, and wow.
8 double-digit wins in 8 conference Ws.
You know, they even took down Merritt, which Merritt made the Final Four last year. Keys trying to get the ball up court. Gets it to Moss. Keys trying to push it up. Keys dribbling through the lane. Stop, pulls up, jumper. No good. Teron Morrison with the rebound, the putback, and it's good.
And nice to see Solano going hard in the paint, getting those offensive rebounds. And you touched on earlier, partner, important for Morrison to get off to a good start.
Can't allow that. I can see early on right now, Yuba's pushing a high-tempo offense up here, and they're driving the lane to draw the fouls, hopefully to get them in the bonus to put them in the line a lot this first half.
And, partner, you were touching on this in the Merritt game, I believe. Teron Morrison got in some foul trouble, and it really changed the whole game. And off to a nice start for Yuba, getting to the charity stripe. I believe that foul was called on Morrison, his first foul of the game.
And, coming into the season, Solano had 2 big towers down low in Teron Morrison and Caleb Bonds. But unfortunately, Caleb Bonds had some family issues, and he can no longer be with the team. So my thoughts and prayers go out to him.
And Bonds, I mean, he's, I believe, 6'8", maybe 6'9".
And that guy, he is a pure center. Some guy you don't want to drive the lane on because you know it's going to get swatted away or you get knocked to the floor because he's a big, physical guy, and his presence is definitely missed on the Solano team.
And I think it's important what Jacob Keys is doing. Driving the paint, trying to kick it out a little bit.
And it hits the baseline. It's going to be a turnover, and it's going to be Yuba ball.
And Ryan Sondy, just not a good bounce pass right there, just bouncing it right off the baseline. I mean, those are the type of turnovers you can't have against a very talented team that Yuba has. I mean, those unforced turnovers are going to come back and just kill you.
Exactly. If a guy jumps the route and steals the ball, that's one thing. But if you just throw the ball away and give him all these chances, and it's going to be off number 0, Daniel Badger.
And it's going to be kind of fun to watch Chris Smith when he's going to attempt to kind of start doing his own thing and maybe get other guys going early. And he kind of, when they need points, he's a guy they trust.
Yuba's just attacking the boards right now. Down low in the post.
Just too easy for KJ Logie.
Keys is trapped. It's going to be a jump ball, and it's going to stay Solano ball.
And, look at the body language early already. You got Yuba's bench jumping up and down and cheering him on, and Solano's bench, on the other hand, they're just sitting there and not doing much. I mean, that's not a good sign early.
No, it's not. You need some high energy, especially playing with this Yuba team that is a very successful college team. Badger looking around, gives the Keys. Keys drives the lane. Left-hand layup, no good. Little contact.
I like the aggressiveness for Keys, but maybe not the shot Nagel wants.
They need better shot selections. Sondy with the steal. Sondy pushing it up court. Going right to the hoop, and it's blocked away by Yuba. That was number 34, Chris Smith.
I got a feeling we're going to be calling his name a lot tonight, partner. As you were just telling me earlier, he leads a ton of stats in the top 5 in the BVC. I believe he's the number 2 scorer in the Bay Valley Conference.
He's 5th in field goal percentage, and he's 3rd in three-point percentage.
Pretty good when you're 46.5% from deep.
And we have a blocking foul called. It's going to be on number 13. Barry Ogaloo.
Shamari Moss had a little breather, already checking back in. And, partner, what about that dunk he threw down the last game you called?
Hopefully, to the viewers listening right now, you guys can go check out that Jamari Moss dunk. It's on our Facebook page, a little excerpt there.
And share it.
Very nice by Daniel Badger. Yeah, go ahead, like it, share it. We want to get it out there, maybe make top 10 plays.
And I got a feeling we might see a TPN tonight. I mean, Yuba's got dudes that can jump out the building. This kid's got a mad stroke.
Chris Smith for 3.
Buttered.
Wow. Just a pull-up jumper. I mean, that's not an easy shot. He was a little contested, but not too bad. Badger just trying to get the ball up court. Down low, Sondy moving the ball very well. Good dish by number 22, Jamari Moss to Ryan Sondy with the finish.
And you got to love Corey Durant, too. I mean, you don't get any hockey assists, but there goes that man again.
Chris Smith is slowly starting to heat up. Like you said, you were wondering when he was going to start taking over this game. Keys driving the ball up court. Stops. He's trapped up top. Tries to get it low to Jamari. Jamari gets the ball. Passes it to Keys. Keys in the corner. Looking. Sondy on the backdoor cut. And it's an and one to Sondy.
Flexing those muscles in the paint. And he did a really good job with his right shoulder. Drew a little contact. Created some space. Kissed it off the glass. And try and convert the old-fashioned three-point play. And Sondy having a really good year so far. Averaging 9 points a game. Over 70% from the charity stripe.
And he converts it. And this brings us to a one-possession game.
So I like what I've seen from Solano here early on, and Obviously, the first couple of minutes having a little trouble breaking the full court press, but now they're doing a good job. And important when you're going against that full court press, when you have the rock in your head, keep your head up. So there's always an open guy on the floor. As we saw in the last couple of possessions, it's been easy buckets for Solano inside the paint.
You know, what Solano needs to do is really capitalize on the fact that Yuba's playing a full court press on him. Yeah, like you were saying, a guy's always going to be open. Hey, throw some touchdown passes down the court for a little quick, easy bucket, you know? I'm very impressed how Solano came out a little lethargic in the first couple of minutes, like you were touching on. Now they've come storming back with 9 points, and they're down by 3. Hey, still anybody's game, right?
And I got to give a shout-out, man. I asked Mike before the game, who are a couple guys to keep a close eye on. His boy Ryan Sandy, 5 of the 9 points so far for Solano. So, you know, Mike, money.
Hey, money Mike. No, it's not Magic Mike, it's money.
Even though that's his favorite movie.
Yes,
but
it is.
We'll leave it at that. But also very impressed with Chris Smith. I mean,
yes.
He's shown us he can do what he wants when he wants.
He showed us a little glimpse of what's to come. Good ball movement by Yuba. Very well executed. Floyd warmly for the 2.
And he's moving like a worm there inside.
Yes,
just slithered right around and got the easy deuce.
Sandy to Badger. A little floater. Badger cutting through the lane. Tries to dump it low to number 32, Corey Duran. Badger to Sandy. Keys up on top. Dribbles, drives the lane. One step to the basket. Couldn't quite get to go. Jamari Moss comes down with 3 balls, but he's tripped and he's fouled. And he's going to be
no
called
foul.
For the
They called travel. Little
wow.
contact there.
See, that's one thing about basketball I never understand. You go up to get the ball and you fall on the ground, you're going to get called a travel. You get the ball on the ground and you move, it's called a travel. I just don't understand that.
I mean, at least when you get to the NBA level, they stop really, calling traveling.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you get pushed in the back, you hit the ground, and you get turnover.
Exactly.
Important for Solano, though, to keep this defensive pressure. Not allow this guy to get any open looks.
Oh, good defense by Sandy. And there's going to be a foul called.
I like what Yuba's doing early. I mean, they're doing a good job. They're getting inside the paint. And if they're not getting the bucket, they're drawing contact and getting to the charity stripe. And also, more importantly, I mean, that's going to get Solano into the penalty, where they'll be shooting free throws here pretty soon.
Mm-hmm. Getting ready to check in for Solano's number 33, Tim Moore, and he is a very well three-point shooter.
He can stroke it from deep. I mean, 44% from deep. He's just outside, I believe, the top 5 in three-point field goal percentage.
Just by 1 point.
So, you knock down a few here. Mm-hmm. Go 3 for 4. Get yourself in the top 5.
And Darrell Poley Jr. splits him.
This Yuba team, man, they got a lot of depth. Got a lot of dudes that can ball. Solano too, but just not to Yuba's standards.
Sandy, spin move. Can't find nothing. Gets it out to Badger. Badger driving the lane. Cutting back, nothing working there. Sandy up on top. Drops it down to Duran. Duran coming back up to Moore. Moore to Badger. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Duran straight up the middle. Couldn't quite get it to fall down. Duran up again. Good for 2.
And the one thing that Solano's doing here early on, they're hitting the offensive glass, a ton of second chance points, and that's something they have to do against this Yuba team.
That's something they definitely have to do. Keep it, win the battle on the boards, as I like to say. You win the battle on the boards and you'll win the game.
This is a perfect bounce pass right there from Poley Jr.
So Moore gives the Badger. And it looks like Yuba's going to fall back in here and set up a man defense. Looks like a little bit of a soft man. They're still containing the middle, though. Badger trying to get it low. Nothing working there. Sandy dribbles to his right. Nothing there. Gets it to Jamari. Jamari dribbles. Power move to the finish.
I'm glad the ref didn't blow his whistle there. Obviously a flop right there and a grown man move by Jamari.
No foul called there, and it's rebounded by Badger.
Good hard rebound.
Badger gets it to Sandy. Sandy to Duran. Duran puts it up, and it's no good.
See, those are the shots you got to make when you're playing a team like Yuba.
And there's a foul called on Smith. You know, you had time right there. You steal the ball away, come down. You know, you couldn't get the fast break points. You need to slow down the offense, let your guys get set and find a good shot. He tried to force the pass to the middle, which causes a forced shot, and which causes nobody set boxing out for the rebounds. I think the battle on the boards is going to decide this game.
And so far, Solano's done a pretty good job on the offensive glass, but partner, you hit it right on the head. I mean, any shot inside the paint, 4 feet and in, those are shots they got to make. And like you said, they rushed that one a little bit and not able to get the offensive rebound.
You know, it's only a 4-point game. Solano still has a lot of time left.
Playing against a team like Yuba, you always just have to be aware. It's kind of like Duke. They have those runs in games, and you got to keep your composure when they do go on that 8-0, 10-0 run. I mean, they have the talent. They have the athletes. It's most likely going to happen at some point in the game.
And that's what you need to minimize. Drive into the lane, and it's good for 2 by number 33, Devon Hawkins.
And just way too easy, able to get to the paint.
Badger driving the paint, dishes it out. Sandy up top to Moore. Moore driving baseline.
See, that's
nothing working there. Trap down low, and he just throws the ball away.
He got lucky. Kick ball.
Hey.
But see, that's a shot when Moore caught that. He had a wide open look. The guy's shooting 44% from 3, man. Trust your stroke. Shoot it up.
Checking in for your Falcons is number 44, Kyle Overstock, and number 3, Donovan Smith. And a late substitution, number 55, Brandon Davis.
And this is the one thing with Nagel's teams in the past, maybe not the depth, but this year they have a lot of talented guys, and the depth's there this year for Coach Nagel. And they're a couple of close games away from being over 500 in BVC play.
Smith to Davis. Davis left-hand dribble. Kicks it out to Moore. Moore dribbles baseline. Nothing working there. Back out to Davis. To Moore for 3. It is good.
Splash. Anytime you get Moore a wide open look, that's probably what's going to happen.
Exactly.
And a great ball movement for the Falcons. Able to find the open guy. Moore just drained it.
And that's what Moore's for. Moore is better, right? There's a lot of yelling coming from the Solano bench right now. Good rebound by Teron Morrison. Good stop by the Falcons.
I love it. The body language picking up for the Falcons, especially on the bench. Another
Tim,
3.
Oh.
Thought about it.
He got swarmed on quickly over in that corner. Oh. Tim to Teron. Tries to get to Overstock, and is tipped away by number 24.
And right there,
Jeremy
I mean, instead of trying to go up high and get it over those long arms, old school, baby, little bounce pass.
Yep. You know, that's the first thing that's the first way you learn how to pass in basketball is the bounce pass. Bounce pass never goes out of style.
Right. I like what I'm seeing from Solano here early on. We're almost at the halfway point in the first half and only down by 3. And the one thing that the Solano does need to do is they need to improve on the interior defense. Yuba's had a ton of shot attempts right at the rim.
Oh, stolen away by Smith. Behind the back of Davis, and Davis with the right-hand finish. Beautiful play by the Falcons.
Donovan Smith, baby. TPN right there. No look behind the back.
How did he know Davis was there? We'll never know.
He's got eyes in the back of his head, baby.
He's got some spidey senses. Good defensive shifts by Solano. Oh, rebounded by Smith, and there's going to be a foul call.
And that might be the second foul going on Teron Morrison if they do call it on 4.
And that's not a good thing for the Solano Falcons.
That's not what Solano wants right now. Their big guy getting in early foul trouble.
Especially the way that the Yuba's been attacking the net, driving the lane. They need a big presence in there. And Jamari Moss is checking back in for Teron Morrison.
I mean, that's not a bad sub, obviously, but the one thing that Morrison has that Moss doesn't is the muscle. Mm-hmm. I mean, Morrison, he's got that football type of body. And also now Solano with 16 fouls, so the next foul will put Yuba in the penalty for the rest of the first half, where there's still 11 and a half minutes left.
Solano really needs a bucket right here. But they're trying to set up the perfect play. Overstock. Swings it over to Davis. To Smith. One-step jumper. Oh, couldn't quite get it go. In and out of the rim. Gets his own rebound. What a great hustle play by Smith.
And I think they need to start drawing up a few plays here for Tim Moore. Try and get him some open threes.
Maybe a little alley-oop to Jamari Moss. Davis and Smith are just going back and forth. Overstock getting trapped in the corner. Davis swinging the ball well. Smith, drive the lane, tries to dish it. Oh, he tried to tip it back out to Davis, but it wasn't working. But he steals it away again. What a play by Donovan Smith. Goes straight up with it. Nothing working there. Once again, he rushed his shot. And I do not like that whatsoever. You go in, you rush your shot. I agree they're trying to draw the foul, but that's a bonehead foul right there. That puts them into the bonus.
Yeah, shooting 1-and-1 now. And, I mean, you got to love the aggressiveness, but sometimes it's a little too much. But he's done a good job off the bench, kind of been a spark plug here, that nice behind-the-back dish, and just tried to do a little too much there on the last possession. But you said, partner, you don't want to commit that foul and send him to the charity stripe.
Especially when it's only a 3-point ball game. But I guess the way how Donovan Smith's been impacting the game so far, I think we let him slide.
Right?
Checking in for Yuba is number 20, Gary Melvin.
And Devon Hawkins at the charity stripe, man, this guy's been nearly perfect, 92% on the year.
All right, now let's see if Solano can answer with a bucket right here.
And really for Solano, there's only one guy you can go inside to get some points right now, and that's Jamari Moss.
Jamari Moss down low on the baseline. Kicks it out to Moore. Moore dribbles around, kicks it out to Donovan. Donovan to Davis. Davis trying to work. Oh! And no finish. Hey, I called the alley-oop.
You did, partner.
It wasn't the right time.
And there's been at least 3 or 4 bunnies that they have missed inside. Get a little Snapchat.
Get a little
Snapchat action, baby.
I was trying to get the alley-oop on a Snapchat. But
that would have been nice. That would have been a legit Snapchat. That would have been top 10 Snapchat material right there, partner. You're not a fan of the story one, right?
I actually just put that in my story.
Oh, gosh. Oh, Lord.
Not a big story guy, though.
Those are the worst, man. You get like a 40-second Snapchat. Just keep clicking the screen, man.
Good defense by Solano here. Stolen away by Brandon Davis. Brandon Davis goes up.
Oh, get that stuff out of here, partner.
Good defense by Yuba. And that was number 33, Devon Hawkins with the swat.
That was a grown man swat.
I think a Dikembe Mutombo finger should be in order. No.
You should have got a Snapchat for that one, partner. I mean, you got the story one going. You could have kept going. But excellent hustle right there. Jamari able to get the loose ball and draw the foul, go to the line for 2.
And he misses the first. Corey Duran checks back in the ballgame for Kyle Overstock.
And just like the women's team for Solano, free throws have been a problem for the men's team. Only 58% on the year from the charity stripe.
You know, I think we need to offer for every free throw you make at practice, we'll give you a penny. So if you
can add up, man.
Hey, but it has to be in a row. So you hit 100 in a row, I'll give you $1. Coach Nagel looks very upset.
But, hey, you get the sideline call. It'll put a smile on your face,
yes,
Coach.
It will.
And Coach Nagel, a great dude. I mean, I played basketball in his class for a year, and just a funny guy, a great coach. I mean, they haven't had the banners like the women's team have, but at the same time, you're playing in the same conference as Yuba. Mm-hmm. I mean, this team has D1 talent year in and year out.
Not only that, they also have Merritt, who made the Final Four last year. I mean, they have some strong teams coming out of the Bay Valley Conference. And Solano, each year they're getting better and better. You know, they're getting more recognition, getting better recruiting classes in. And I wouldn't be surprised to see a champion here pretty soon.
And that'd be huge for Coach Nagel. I mean, the last time they won a BVC crown all the way back to when Kobe was a rookie.
Wow.
96, 97.
Hey, what a year. What a class for athletes in that 96 year. You had Tiger Woods, Kobe Bryant, Derek Jeter, all coming out.
Even AI, Jesus Shuttlesworth, Ray Howland, baby.
Jesus Shuttlesworth. You know he's wearing a jersey in one of the games with Shuttleworth on the back,
I saw that, actually. It was against Brooklyn, I believe.
Yep.
And I think he was like 2 for 12. Not Jesus-like.
Davis down low. Jamari Moss trying to go up with it, and it's blocked away by Yuba. Stolen away by number 22, Jason Williams.
And important for Solano right now to try and get on a run. I mean, obviously their best player, Chris Smith, on the bench right now for Yuba.
And we have a foul on number 33,
I think
Tim Moore.
I think they might have gone with the old school double foul.
You were correct there. That was a very good call.
It doesn't happen often, partner. It doesn't happen often.
Was that just a little too physical play on both ends? That's why they called it there? I see
that. Come on, that's a no foul. Let them play, man. Let them get a little dirty. Throw a little elbow here and there. I mean, it's a physical game.
Yes, it is. More physical, the better.
Exactly. I love that 90s style Knicks Pacers, Knicks Bulls type of atmosphere, not the finesse game we got now.
Not the Heat Lakers game that we see, and
right.
It's all flops with Pau Gasol and LeBron James.
Jason Williams, man, this kid averaging 11 points per game. He's one of the top scorers on this Yuba squad. Third leading scorer for the Niners, getting an easy deuce.
Oh, nothing working down the baseline. Donovan Smith for three, and no good. Just rims in and out, and two Yuba players both fighting after the ball. That was a good baseline.
Oh! No
wow.
look.
No look, 360. That was pretty. I'm sorry, that was pretty. Good play by Darrell Poley Jr. Poley?
We'll go Poley.
Poley.
Sounds cool.
Yeah. Oh, Jamari Moss wanting to go baseline there. Nothing working. Cross court, and it's tipped away. It's going to stay Solano's ball. There's 16 left on the shot clock. Checking in for the Falcons is number 2, Ryan Sondy, and number 44, Kyle Overstock.
And partner, the same thing affected Solano last time. Teron Morrison gets in early foul trouble or gets in foul trouble. It was a 3-point game when he went out with a second foul. Solano hasn't scored since, down by 8.
Yeah. 11:34 on the clock. Teron Williams went out, and it was 18-21. Now you look now, Solano scored one bucket, and like you were talking about runs, and Yuba's on one of these runs that they really need to shut down. They need to put some points on the board and a stop on the end of the court to stop this run.
And what we were saying, too, important for Solano to not lose their confidence, stay focused, try and get inside the paint, get some easy buckets, maybe draw a foul.
They need to play their game. 7 on the shot clock. 4, puts up the jumper, no good. And they're going to call a foul on Kyle Overstock there. And
that's free throws coming down the other way now, too. You can't be having those loose ball fouls and just allowing Yuba to get easy points.
That's something you don't want to see this early in the game, just giving up a lot of free points. It's never a good thing.
Yuba's got most of their points from the charity stripe and inside the paint.
And he makes the first, so he gets to shoot another one.
And Wormley, not a great free throw shooter on the year. DJS, DeAndre Jordan, 47.5% this season. Splashes both, though.
Hey, he makes them both.
So, went from a 3-point cushion, now down by 10.
Brandon Davis to Tim Moore. Tim swings over to Sondy. Back to Davis up top. To Moore.
And they got to find a way to get Moore some open looks from outside.
Maybe a little pick and roll, get the shooter open. Shoot that. Oh, no good. Rim in and out. Sondy with the steal. Sondy puts it up, and it's going to be a foul, a hard foul, sending Sondy to the line to shoot 2.
And I've been very impressed with Sondy here early on. This guy, not the tallest guy on the floor, but he does not get scared of going and getting contact inside the paint. And partner, I mean, I know it's early, he's 2 fouls already, but I got to think about putting Teron Morrison back in the game. I mean, he's a guy that can at least shut down the offense, getting inside the paint a little bit, but then also you don't want him to get another foul. But you don't want this cushion to get any bigger than 10 here in the first half.
I think that's exactly what's going through Coach Nagel's mind right now when he should put Teron back in. 7-16, if they don't score here, then I would definitely consider it. But he makes the first. Only 9-point deficit. As long as you keep it within 10, I will keep Teron Morrison on the bench as long as I can.
Most definitely. Sondy, a good free throw shooter on the year, 73%.
Checking back in for the Falcons is number 35, Jacob Keys. And Sandy makes them both. That was crucial buckets right here from Solano.
Now Solano's got to play a little defense. You know, it leads to good offense. Playing good defense, you know, get out and push the rock.
Oh, good baseline move.
Just too easy.
Number 13, Barry Ogalu.
That's
Solano
the third time he's done that so far this game.
You know, they're giving up the baseline every time. There's no interior defense presence with Teron Morrison on the bench. Overstock with a little floater. Couldn't quite get it to drop.
And those are the type of shots you got to knock in. I mean, 8-foot uncontested shot.
The high percentage shots, yep. And it's going to be Solano ball. Jamari Moss checks back into the game. Let's see if we can get a little dunk action from him to spark this team and make a comeback.
And him and Durant have been quiet so far here early on, and the ZPC in full effect. I said those would be two guys that could have a good game, but ZPC is a strong animal.
And they're going to call a travel on Jamari Moss. It's another turnover for the Solano offense.
And this is exactly what Solano did not need to happen, hanging around, but now Yuba just...
Chris Smith, a little pump fake. Oh, good up and under move by Barry Ogalu.
This team's got some athletes, man. They make it look easy out there on the floor.
Solano desperately needs a bucket here.
Yuba defensively, man, they don't give up anything easy.
You know, they're running that trap offense. Like, if you're in that corner, they got two guys on you, and it's hard to move the ball across court to the open guy when these guys are just swarming everywhere.
And this is where the bounce pass really comes in. You can get it away from those arms in the air.
Sandy, pull-up jumper, no good. Put back up by Davis, no good. Put back up by Jamari Moss for two.
And maybe that might get Jamari going here, get a bucket to drop inside, and maybe he'll be a little more aggressive. They need him and Corey Duran to be more aggressive inside.
Once again, working that baseline. Put back up by number 12, Kyle Logu.
And just lazy for the Falcons, no boxing out.
This looks kind of similar to the women's game, as in how Yuba's offense and defense have been working. Looks like the women's team for Solano, and the perimeter passing kind of looks like Yuba's women's team. They spread the offense out a lot, and they just look for open shots. They need to.
And they're just running the shot clock down, too. No spacing, no moving, no cutting.
They're just kind of standing there like statues. Good shot by Davis. Oh, almost rebounded by Keys, but it's tipped away, rebounded by number 34, Chris Smith.
And that's got to be frustrating for Nagel. I mean, you're passing around, and then you take a three with 4 seconds on the shot clock.
Smith wide open for three, and he couldn't get it to fall.
Probably not going to see that too
Back
often.
Again. Nice little pass to number 2, Floyd Wormley, and it's going to be an and one.
Count it. And those are the rebounds you have to get. You have to get those long rebounds. And Chris Smith, good job. Easy bounce pass and one. Wormley to the charity stripe.
Checking in for Solano is number 10, Jose Barfield, getting his first action of the game. And checking back in is number 4, Teron Morrison.
And you said once it got over 10, you'd probably see him check back in. 14-point cushion, maybe 15 after the free throw attempt.
You know, since when Teron Morrison went out of the game with 11:34 left, it was 18-21. Now he checks back in the game. It's 23-37. It just proves how much his presence down low really counts for this team.
And you said that affected him against Merritt. And that's been the one thing with Solano this year. They haven't really found that rotation that they can go to when they need some points offensively. They're still kind of working things out.
You see Nagel mix and matching people, see which matchups will work good.
Throw it
Chris
down,
Smith
young fella.
with the monster dunk.
Get up. Right-handed tomahawk.
I could smell that one coming a mile away. Badger.
Was that better than Jamari's?
No. Donovan Smith for three, a little short. Yuba saves it. Controlled by Chris Smith. Poley Jr. with the ball. If you watch Yuba's offense, You can see their big guys. They go up, they go down, they go up, they go down. They're really rotating very well for an open shooter. Stolen away.
And just a tough pass attempt right there from Smith.
Oh, travel. Going to be Solano ball. Checking in is number 1, Michael Tomaloso. Looks like Coach Nagel's going to Michael to add a little spark to this Solano offense because
he's a guy that can space the floor a little bit, knock down a 3.
You know, and he's very easily lost on the court because of his height. You know, it's kind of hard to see the smaller guys.
He's their version of Tucker Bishop, right? So the Falcons need to find a way to close out this half. I mean, they're down by 17, maybe get it to 12. So, I mean, you still got a chance when it's, 12, 10 points. I mean, tough against a Yuba team, obviously, but knock down a couple of 3s, see what happens.
Yuba is a very fundamentally sound defensive team, and they are showing it today. For any young, aspiring basketball players watching, you should really take notice to this Yuba's defense. Good ball movement. Chris Smith, it's a foul. Yuba is just spreading the floor, making Solano's defense look a little confused right now.
And you can just see Yuba does an outstanding job of adjusting in game. I mean, early on it was a little hard to find some space, a couple of early turnovers, but since the 10-minute mark, man, this team is just dominated.
I mean, watch their passing. Every pass is crisp and right on point. You don't see too many, balls that are kind of lobbed softly. When they're passing the ball right to you, and it's going to, boom, get it and shoot.
And you've seen Solano, it's been the opposite. The last, 8-9 minutes, they've been trying to force some passes and just getting turnovers.
It's both ways. They're either trying to pass too much or they're not looking for that right pass. They have an uphill battle the rest of the game here to pull this one out.
And it started out well for Solano, but Yuba on a nice little run here the last 5 minutes.
Hosea to Badger. Badger to Moss. Almost kicked away. Saved by Moss. To Hosea in the corner. He's looking around. Tries to get it low to Moss, and it's just tipped away. It's going to be Yuba ball. Once again with passing.
And it's just, Solano's got to work so hard to just try and get a shot. Yuba, on the other hand, they get exactly what they want.
It's going to be Solano ball.
And they got to adjust the shot clock. Oh, there they go. Got it down to 10. So, partner, what does Solano need to do here to close out this first half to get back into the game a little bit?
It starts by just knocking down a bucket right here. Get it slowly.
Got to shoot it. Got 3 on the shot clock.
Rainbow. Oh, great heads-up play by Jamari Moss to catch and just tip it back into the bucket. And there's the bucket they need. Now they need to stop right here. They need to go 2 for 1.
A great job for Jamari right there.
Good defense. I think, Jinx, you owe me a Coke, right?
Little Mikey, man.
Told you. They lose sight of him.
They didn't see him.
They really do. Hey, us short guys got to stick together, right?
I know, we do, man. I don't know what we'd do if we had to interview, one of the big boys here. Chelsea's doing the post game, I think, and that'll be fun.
Duran to Hosea. Hosea looking around, calling out a play. Jamari. Michael. Dribbles left.
See, they're doing the same thing, man. Just standing around, passing around the perimeter. They got to cut. They got to find a way to drive it inside.
It's like Hosea fighting for the ball. Gets the ball. There's a foul call. It's going to send him to the line for a 1-1.
And, they just got bailed out right there.
Yes, they did.
They're very lucky it wasn't a turnover. Now you get a chance to a 1-1 situation. But, you can knock down 2 free throws, get it down to a 2-touchdown cushion.
You make it sound better than it is. 2 touchdowns.
Right. I thought it'd be easier to go with 2 instead of 14,
And Hosea misses the first. And Jamari Moss trying to get in there. He is blocked out very well by number 12, KJ Logie.
Yeah, I've been very impressed with Yuba, man. Just a very fundamental squad. They just do everything the right way. Good spacing. Good ball movement.
Not many mistakes on their end of the floor. 4-3. And it rims out. Rebounded by Badger.
Badger, a very athletic dude. Can handle the rock.
Oh, Michael tries a pump fake. Drops it down low to Jamari. Jamari holding it. 49 seconds on the shot on the game clock.
And here, partner, where you could have gone 2 for 1, but it's getting close to the.
Now they're just milking it here, trying to find a three-pointer.
And this has been the last 6 minutes of possession. Just pass around the perimeter and shoot a 3. And you got to give a lot of credit to Yuba's defense, too. I mean, they're doing a fabulous job. But Solano's got to be more aggressive with the rock.
Michael swatted away.
Are we going off the backboard here?
Here we go. Nope. Duran with the rebound.
And Solano can hold it. They can hold it for the last shot, but they do have numbers here. And a wise job. Didn't have it. Pulled back.
And there's a reaching foul. That's going to send him to the line to shoot 1-1. Or actually, is it a full bonus now since they hit 8?
Still 1-1. Once you get to 10, then you go to double bonus.
Correct.
And you would think, little Mikey would be a better free throw shooter, but only 50% on the year. Of course, he hasn't been there too often this year. I believe he only has 10 free throw attempts maybe this season.
Timeout call by Yuba. So since there's a little break in the action, why don't we do a little station identification? You're tuned in to SCSN, your home for Solano Sports, where we got a good game for you between Yuba and your Solano Falcons. A little bit of a deficit for your Falcons, but you know what? They're slowly making a comeback. Close to the second half here. Zach, what have you liked from Solano so far?
What I've liked is, I liked what they were doing early on. The last part of the first half, they're not aggressive enough. They're passing around the perimeter. There's nobody cutting. They're not driving to the lane. But the thing I've been impressed with, they're keeping their heads up and they're battling, man. This is a very good Yuba team. They're a very good defensive team. But Solano's got to step it up a little bit, put the foot on the gas pedal a little more, and get a little more aggressive.
Making two free throws right here would be crucial.
That and get a stop. 14-point lead. You can come back from a 14-point lead. I know not many teams do against Yuba, but.
But it starts off, and he couldn't make the first. Clock winding down. Playing a little trap defense on the half here. Good defense by Solano.
And he got the call. Heads-up play right there for Poli Jr. And he's had a couple of sick dimes here in this one.
That was a little bit of a weird play there. I didn't quite know how to call it. I wasn't too sure what the referee was going to call there.
I thought he was going to give the ball to Solano there, but ref's got a better view of it than I do right here.
You always got to trust the zebras.
I smell a little sarcasm there. Jay, better than trusted umps, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Where's your boy Angel Hernandez?
Oh, we don't speak his name. He cost us a World Series, I'll tell you that.
I just remember, was it the Indians game?
The Indians game,
yeah.
Yep. And I believe he was on the officiating crew for Game 4 in Detroit this year.
Wow. Makes sense.
When Reddick went up for the ball, clearly would have robbed the ball, but the fan interfered, didn't get the call there.
And to be honest, I thought that was an easy call.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm glad that MLB has finally realized that we need instant replay in baseball.
So you're a fan of that?
I am a fan because of the way they what am I looking for here? The way they structured it.
Yeah, you got to do it in New York full time. I mean, you just go pick up the phone. Is it good? Is it bad?
Exactly.
What's the call? You don't sit under there and, get in your pizza order.
Unbiased. There's 4 guys sitting in a booth in New York. Okay, yeah, that was a fair ball. No, it was a foul ball. Home run? No, it was. And I like the way they're not doing it with stretch. Once again, baseline. I mean, they drew that play up perfectly for Barry Oval.
So, partner, the end of the first half goes from Solano, a chance to knock down free throws. Can't get 2 front ends on 1-on-1s. Yuba comes back, 18-point lead at half.
That's something that's been troubling Solano all year. They're having a hard time closing out halves, especially the second half. They come out strong, they play with them, and then when it hits about 2-minute mark at the end of the half, they seem to slow up a little bit, and these guys are just firing on all cylinders.
I mean, there's a reason why Yuba's 8-0 in conference play, and they've won the BVC 7 straight years. This team can ball. They have athletes. More importantly, Coach Cornelius teaches fundamentals better than any other coach in all of Northern California, in my eyes. Partner, it's halftime.
Hey, Solano dug himself a big hole, so I'm excited to see if they can come out of this in the second half. So stay tuned for some highlights we have for you and a couple commercials.
Bye.
We'll be back.
in my bones. Till the roof comes on, till the lights go out, till my legs give out, can't shut my mouth, till the smoke clears out, and my high head, I'm a rip, till my bones. Music is like magic.
Welcome back for some exciting second half action here in the Falcons' nest. We have a matchup today between the Yuba 49ers and the Solano Falcons, and it's been really one-sided in favor of Yuba. Zach, what did you have to say about the first half?
Well, Yuba adjusted and Solano didn't. And Mike hit this one on the head. He told us at halftime when Yuba went to that zone, it really confused Solano a lot. And that's been the difference in the first half, and 18-point cushion for the Niners. Important for Solano here to start off the second half early, try and get some momentum, get a little confidence, see what happens.
Hey, you know what? They may be down, but they're not out.
Partner, I'm out of shape, man. I'm a little winded from, taking maybe 4 jumpers at halftime.
You got to stop drinking all that beer.
I did make 2, though.
Hey.
50%. I wasn't on fire like you were knocking down 3. A little closer range for you, though, partner.
Hey, high percentage shots. That's what I take. Solano taking away the baseline. Chris Smith entering another foul. They got to keep out of foul trouble.
Yeah, I believe Yuba was in the penalty at the 11.5-minute mark in the first half, and we're 18 seconds in here and already 1 team foul on Solano.
That's not a good thing for Solano. That's not a good start.
And send a 80% free throw shooter, Chris Smith, to the line.
But, I can see that Solano made an adjustment right there. Chris Smith wanted the baseline and take it out. But you know what? Solano did a good job by moving their feet, taking away the baseline, and making him go up there. And they almost came down with the rebound there. Lane violation, going to be Solano ball.
So important for Solano if Yuba does go to the zone, and it looks like they are going with that 2-3 zone maybe. So it's going to be important for Solano. They need to be aggressive, drive it to the bucket. If the defense collapses, kick it out. If not, try and get at least some contact, get to the charity stripe.
Yeah, that's probably going to be Solano's best friend is the free throw line.
And you can tell Solano here going with guys that can space the floor to start the second half.
They don't have to play big if they can just knock down some high percentage shots.
And they gotta drive, man. They're just passing around the perimeter still.
Seeing these guys, Tim Moore for 3, and it's no good.
That would have been a nice shot to get. I mean, started off the second half with a trifecta, but gonna get it to drop.
Chris Smith for 3, a little short. And you know what? You won't see him miss that often.
That's the second 3 he's missed that he's had a lot of open space. And like you said, we're probably not going to see that happen too often.
But Solano's been doing a good job by shutting him down this game so far. He really hasn't exploded like we're used to seeing him do.
I mean, he just had that one play where he exploded, and that was it, the nice jam. But
good ball movement by Solano, and no finish by Duran.
That's where Duran's got to just grab the rock, go up strong, at least try and get some contact there. Just kind of flipped it up and didn't hit iron.
Oh. No call there. That was a good no call. Chris Smith going baseline. They're going to call another foul. No basket on the floor.
And, I mean, for Solano, they got to find a way to force some turnovers. And, turnovers lead to, and that leads to easy points on the offensive side. So see if Solano can maybe get their hands on some balls and bring it down the other way.
Good ball movement by you, but look at that. Oh, Corey Duran, yep, and that's going to be an
count it
all day. If you get your defender to pump like that, go right up as he's coming down, and you get the foul call every time, and most likely you'll have an open little layup too.
And, I mean, Barry Oglou has been money inside the paint.
Oglou has been killing him all night inside the paint. You are absolutely correct. Teron Morrison, once again, is not in the game. He didn't start the second half, which is a good play by Coach Nagel, in my opinion, because you're going to need him down the stretch. But if this game starts to go the way it's looking like it's going to go.
I don't know if it's going to matter.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still a lot of time, obviously, but I don't think you see Yuba blow 21-point leads too often.
Maurice Hernandez, Mo, as he likes to be called, checked into the game. Keys. Jump stop. Kicks it out to Jamari Moss. Jamari back up top to Keys. Keys to Mo. Mo looking around. Nothing there. To Sandy. To Jamari. To Sandy. Driving the lane. Goes up strong. And he's gonna go to the line to shoot.
He's been
two.
the only guy tonight that goes into the paint with a purpose. And he's been able to draw contact all game long. But he's the only Falcon that has continued to try and make his presence felt inside the blue area.
Yeah, he's definitely a highlight for this Solano offense. You know, he's scoring a lot of points so far and getting to the free throw line. Like you said, he's driving the lane well. If I was Coach Nagel, I would tell him to play through Sandy.
Now he's the leading scorer now with 8 points.
Let Sandy drive the lane every time. Take it to the free throw line. You know, make the defense crash and kick it out to Tim Moore for a 3 or Keys.
That's
for
how
a
you
3.
beat a zone.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be aggressive.
And he makes them both. Good free throw shooting by Sandy right there.
I mean, their zone's doing exactly what they wanted to do. Pass it around the perimeter and jack up a 3 with less than 10 on the shot clock.
Mo is playing some good defense right there. Baseline. No good. Rebounded by Keys. Good defensive stop there by taking away the baseline.
Great job. Duran went straight up.
Sandy gets the tip pass. Keys scanning the court. Gives it back to Sandy. I like the rotation. They're finally starting some rotations down low.
Yeah, they're cutting a little more here.
And
But
there's going to be a foul called on number 13, Barry Ogaloo.
it's a little too aggressive there. And sometimes you do see that call go the other way as Jamari Moss tried to kind of do the wraparound move, but contact before that already.
Mo with the ball now. Mo trying to drive the lane, bounces back out on top of the point. Kicks it over to Sandy. Sandy back to Mo, to Keys. Keys looking around, good rotation. Jamari. To Sandy. See right there, you had Barry Ogaloo playing a little off of him when he catches the ball. If he catches and puts that up, it's going to be a good looking shot.
Because now you're already down to 10 on the shot clock. See, there you go. Get
There
inside
we
the
go.
paint.
Jacob Keys for 2. That was very well executed.
And you can tell Nagel was preaching, man. Get inside the paint, man. Be aggressive.
And they're going to call a foul on Jamari Moss. Second personal. 14th foul in the second half.
Already 14 fouls. We're not even 4 minutes in, partner.
Yeah. Like, fouls are killing them. Foul trouble.
And looking at Yuba, nearly a 70% free throw shooting team.
Oh, Chris Davis for 3. Oh, couldn't quite get it to go. Rimmed in and out. And it's going to be Solano ball.
So those are shots you don't see Chris
Hey,
Smith miss too often.
you know?
He's missed 3 threes in a row.
He's a little bit of a funk right now. Which is that caused
It's
by Solano's defense, or is he just that wide open he psychs himself out?
I mean, just outside of that maybe 2-minute stretch he had, he really hasn't tried to. He's jacked up some threes, but he hasn't really tried to get his offensive game going. He's kind of letting the other guys do work.
Way to drive the
There you
lane,
go.
Jamari Moss. Good feed by number 15, Mo Hernandez.
And Mo Hernandez done a good job coming in. He's doing a good job making the smart passes.
Playing solid defense, keeping this tempo.
And the Falcons just got to keep doing work here on this side of the floor.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh, wow. That was a strong athletic play by Barry Ogaloo. He's going to take him to the line to try to convert the three-point play.
And Ogaloo can just get to the paint anytime he wants.
Obviously, Coach Nagel saw that. He wants to make an adjustment by putting Teron Morrison back in the game to shut down Ogaloo.
Yeah, Ogaloo just a very athletic player. A lot of very talented athletes on this Yuba squad. And, of course, Chris Smith leads the way. Then you got, obviously, Barry Ogaloo.
And he converts it.
So it's looked like Solano was starting to maybe get back in the game a little bit. And a big-time three-point play for Barry Ogaloo, the freshman.
You know, it's all about the momentum swings in a game. And so far, Solano's picking up their momentum, and they're kind of going on a little bit of a run besides that three-point play. Mo Hernandez kicks it out to Keys. Keys drives the lane. Keys with a nice little layup.
Doing a great job driving to the paint. That's 4 straight possessions in a row.
Mo could have tried to put the shot up there and draw a foul, but he saw Keys was open right there. Let him drive the lane, put it up for 2.
Smart
Great.
move by Keys not to force up the contested 3.
Smith Couldn't get that one to go either. He is ice cold in this second half.
Big time rebound, Jamari going up high.
Keys pushing the tempo. He's going to drive the lane again, and he's going to get fouled and go and shoot for 2.
Love the aggressiveness. I mean, Solano's aggressive going to the paint, and maybe we'll see Cornelius maybe go back to a man-to-man because the zone's really not working for him here defensively in the first 4 minutes and 45 seconds in the second half.
Solano definitely made some adjustments at halftime inside the locker room. I think Coach Nagel might have said, drive the lane, get some fouls, go to the free throw line. And he makes the first.
So the two things that were hurting Solano in the first half, missed free throws and missed shots inside the paint. Total opposite here in the first near 5 minutes. And just like that, I believe Yuba got up to 21 at one point, but now it could be down to 14.
And it is 2 touchdowns.
Right there, partner. Right, it sounds better, doesn't it?
It sounds better. Look at the defense Mo is playing right now.
Since he's been a spark plug here, man,
Yes,
since he checked in, they've gone on a run.
Wide open for 3, and that was 33, Devin Hawkins.
He reminds me of a former 33, former Hawkins. He used to ball for Seattle, Hersey Hawkins.
Yeah. Forgot about that guy. Oh, little miscommunication there in the paint. Oh, and
good foul.
You
got to force him to earn it at the charity stripe. I mean, better to take the foul than end up on the wrong side of a poster.
Exactly. And Mo isn't the tallest guy in stature, so he definitely could have been.
What do you think? He's 5'6"?
I'll give him a benefit now, 5'7" and a half. He's actually a friend of mine. We had a class last semester together, intercultural communication class.
Seems like a good dude.
Very bright young man.
Yeah, that's one thing I like with Nagel is a lot of these guys very good in the classrooms too. And all the programs basically here at Solano like that.
You get all the coaches, the athletic director, everybody here at Solano. It's about being a student athlete, and student comes first. And these players don't get the recognition that they deserve on how much hard work they put on the court. Also, they put as much effort into their classwork, and it's amazing what all these coaches do here at Solano.
Yeah, I think Stover had like a near 90% graduation rate for all the players that have played for him at Solano.
Sandy for 3.
Big time.
Nothing but the bottom of the net.
He's had a big-time game here. I mean, he's one of the few guys balling for the Falcons here tonight.
He's feeling it.
I mean, he's done it inside and now outside.
Oh. And who do you call a foul on that one there?
I think they're going to give it on Jamar. He kind of reached over. They went it on Morrison.
They give it to Morrison. That would be his 3rd foul.
And I believe it's a shooting foul, too.
And the referees are figuring it out here. And it's going to send Barry Oglou to shoot 2.
So I think Oglou maybe was chirping a little bit after the hard foul and the ref having a little conversation. You got to like that for the refs. You don't want anything to get out of control.
Exactly. Nip it in the bud early, and you won't have any problems. But if they let it keep going, then that's when things escalate. Kind of the Ron Artest.
That's exactly what I was thinking of, man.
And he makes first.
And this kid's been money from the charity stripe. Look at Mike walking around like he's king of the court, knocked down like 6 threes from the corner.
Thinking he's good at basketball.
All right, he can ball. Jinja Bala.
Jinja Bala.
I mean, he might not have a soul, but he's got a stroke.
Desmond Butler checks in the game for Yuba. Mo controlling the ball, kicks it to
Yeah,
Sandy.
I like what Mo's doing, and obviously I like what Ryan Sondy's doing also. Both guys playing really well here, especially in the second half.
I haven't seen much of Mo yet this season. This is the first game I actually seen him get some playing time, and the way he's been playing.
He's earning PT, baby.
Yes, he is. And they're going to call a foul. That's a good call right there.
So now the 4th team foul on Yuba, and looking on the other side, I mean, that last foul put Solano over the penalty already with 7 team fouls at the 13:46 mark in the second half.
Oh, he couldn't get the shooter's bounce there.
Partner, was this your idea for the table here?
Yes, it was my idea.
Brilliant. It's a lot easier with the stuff in front of us compared to
on the
way
ground.
down there where you look down and you miss a play.
And, we could go. And they're going to call a foul on Teron Morrison. That's going to be his 4th foul.
And that's a foul. I mean, that's where you just got to – you don't blow the whistle right there.
No,
there
you let it
much
go.
Contact at all.
But, with Teron going into foul trouble early, that's something the referees – if they start calling fouls on you early, they're going to call fouls on you the whole game because you're already
so you're established already doing that.
You're already in the crosshairs of the referees.
And a lot of these refs do a lot of BVC games, and this guy gets in foul trouble a lot too. So he's kind of getting that Charles Oakley and Del Davis type of impersonation.
Well, the foul didn't hurt him. They get the ball back. Mo kicks it to Moss. Moss looking around, kind of trapped. Nothing
Mo
working
Moss,
there.
Mo problems.
Davis kicks it to Keys.
Let's see if they can get Mo a 3 right here.
Mo with the ball. Gives to Moss. Moss is double teamed in the corner. Overstock's yelling for the ball. Good dish by Mo.
Kick ball.
And it's going to be kick ball. You are correct. Mo tried to sneak that down low. I like the idea there, which doesn't hurt him. Still keep the ball,
He's playing with a very high basketball IQ when he's got into the game here in the second half.
Oh. And they're going to get a foul call and send Jamari Moss to shoot, too. I like that inbounds play. They try to do a little alley-oop right there.
That was a perfect play call, and a heads-up job by Moss. I mean, he got the contact and wisely just threw it up, knowing he would get 2 free throws at worst. Now important to capitalize on the free throw attempts.
And he misses the first.
So
and
3 straight free throws missed for Solano. I mean, these
are
points,
crucial.
Exactly.
Crucial. And, I think they probably missed about 8 or 9 free throws so far this game. And that's 8 or 9 points, and they'd be back in this ballgame if they made all those. Yuba trying to move the ball around. Good movement. Now they're just going to kind of try to wind down the clock here a little bit, take some time. Oh, behind the back, dishes it out, up for 3, and it's an air ball. And a terrible.
You got to grab the rock there, Kyle. You got to get the ball there. I mean, there's an easy rebound.
That was a very easy rebound. That's something that you need to have for your team, especially in this deficit, Solano has had plenty of opportunities to get themselves back in the game and keep with this game. And, ooh, that's a dagger right
went
there.
From having the rock to giving up a 3-point play. I mean, potentially a 5-point swing right there.
That was Darrell Poley Jr.
He's had a very good game.
Yes,
this kid's
he
got
has.
great ball handling skills, good passer, and right there he shows he can knock it down from deep.
Mo to Davis. Back to Mo. Oh. Just trying to do a little too much there. Wasn't quite on the same page, and he just throws it away.
And to be honest, I mean, that one's more on Brandon Davis. You already had Kyle Overstock, who was standing right where Davis was cutting. If he just would have stood in the corner, he would have had a wide open look at a tray.
And Mo heads to the bench, bringing out Ryan Sondy. Good ball movement by Yuba to get down to the low post and puts it away for 2. Darrell Poley Jr.
Along came Pauly, man.
Keys is just simply driving the lane. I like his little jump stop.
Yeah.
You don't see too many jump stops anymore, do you?
You don't, man. I mean, outside LeBron James, you don't see it happen too much in the NBA.
Let's see if he can capitalize here. Cut this deficit to 20.
I like how you said it like they were like cutting it to like 4. If he knocks down these 2 free throws, they're only down by 20.
Hey, 11:56.
We'll just say they're down by 3 touchdowns right now, right?
Yep. There's 11:56 to play. Let's reset the clock and let's see who finishes off this half the strongest. Solano still playing a man defense, rotating very well.
The defense been a lot better here in the second half.
Oh, stolen away by Jamari Moss. Kicks it up to Jacob Keys. Jacob, a little, with the, nope. I couldn't quite get my words out there.
I mean, that explains it. I mean,
And a layup by Desmond Butler.
So Solano had 3 shots at the rim, leads to an easy breakaway layup on the other end. And you can just see the frustration on Nagel's face right now. I mean, he is not a happy camper.
No, he's not. He sees how many opportunities his team had to crawl back into this game and actually put up a fight. You know, they just haven't capitalized on those opportunities. But this has been the MO for Solano all year. For 3, Sandy.
I mean, this kid has been the one bright spot here tonight, along with Mo Hernandez a little bit in the second half. But Sandy's having a very outstanding game. I mean, he showed the inside-outside game.
And it's going to stay a Yuba ball. Checking back in, number 10, Hosea Barfield for your Falcons. It's 42-62, 10:41 left in the game clock. You're tuned in to SCSN, your home for Falcon sports. Ooh, that was I believe that was all ball there, Zach.
You couldn't hear the slap. I mean, you heard ball on hand right there, but
I heard a thump.
you got, I mean, Gary Melvin aggressive going to the hole and gets 2 shots out of it. And ref's telling Jamari, man, got to keep that shirt tucked in, dude.
And they're kicking him off the court.
Maybe there's a little blood, or that's my guess. Maybe a blood stain, or definitely something on the jersey.
And Teron Morrison looks like he's going to check in.
And I think whatever the problem is with Jamari, they're getting fixed on the sideline.
I'm not quite sure what's going on with Jamari over there. He seems to be all right, though, so that's a positive thing.
Yeah, it's definitely a wardrobe issue.
A lane violation on Solano, which will allow Gary Melvin to shoot another. And we go back to talking about body language.
Yeah, it's not good.
Look at the Solano bench and then look at Yuba's bench. Yuba's bench, all their players are on the edge of their seats, ready to cheer on their team. And Solano looks a little laid back, casual, kind of know what's going on in the game and just trying to crawl their way back and just cut this deficit to at least 10. And he makes it.
And partner, we touched on this earlier. How would Solano respond when Yuba did go on that run? And they did in the first half, and there was never a response for Solano. I mean, they had a couple of stretches here in the second half where they had a chance to maybe get it to 10, but missed free throws, a couple of turnovers, a couple of shots missed inside, led to easy buckets for Yuba, and bam, it's a 21-point cushion.
You know, something I haven't seen from Solano all game, and I really haven't seen it from all season, is the pick and roll. And you're going to send him to the line to shoot 2, Brandon Davis.
Yeah, I haven't noticed really any screens being set for Solano. And
you know, you would think with a team that doesn't really have the height advantage with the big man down low that they would use the pick and roll a lot more with their shooters to get their shooters open for a catch and shoot sort of thing, which the Warriors do very effectively with.
Yeah.
But I mean, they do have Bogut up there setting the picks, but you could also use Harrison Barnes or, in this case, maybe.
And obviously David Lee too. I mean, he's a guy that, I mean, as Shaq calls him, the WCB, the white Chris Webber. I guess it'd be WCW. I don't know where I got the B from. I don't know how I graduated.
The WB? Is that what you're thinking of, the old network?
Oh, man, I don't know how I graduated, man.
I don't either. I question it sometimes. Hey, it gives me hope. I know if you graduated, I can do it,
you got
right?
a chance, man. You got a chance.
Hosea up top with a brand new shot clock, and the shot clock is not winding down right now. Shot clock.
Let's see. Let's do over under how long it takes the refs to look at it and figure it out. I'm going 8 seconds. So the shot clock's still 35.
It's still frozen. Yeah. Oh, Teron Morrison for 3, and he nails it.
I didn't know he had that outside game.
Hey. And now the refs are resetting the shot clock. I think we're a couple steps ahead of them, aren't we?
I think maybe the scoreboard guy was maybe trying to keep the game clock paused so allow Solano to maybe try and make a run, you know.
And sends number 2, Floyd Wormley, to the line to shoot 2. And Teron Morrison has fouled out. 5 fouls in college, right?
5 fouls, man. He is done for the day. And when he was on the floor, man, he was playing well. But that's been the issue with him so far this year. He's got to find a way to stay out of foul trouble. I mean, he's a very important piece to the Solano squad.
Well, last time I checked it, I reset the score clock for us at 11:56. It was 38-60. And in that time, with 9:45 left now, it has been a 6-4 lead for Solano. So they are winning this battle right now.
So they're winning the last 2+ minutes, right? Yeah, I've been impressed with Sandy, though. This kid's having a pretty good game. He's got a nice inside-outside game, not scared to go the hole with the big boys, and he's shown he can knock down the tray.
Sandy with the ball, cuts left. Trying to drive, nothing working there, and he's going to get called with a foul.
So that'll be free throws, 1-and-1.
Fouls on number 1, Desmond Butler.
So once again, too, don't forget, man, like our Facebook page, Solano College Sports Network. You can check out YouTube videos there. Anything you need to know about Solano College sports. Also, high school sports going on here in Fairfield area, Solano County. Go there, like the page, share our stuff. I mean, it's cool stuff we're doing, man.
It's awesome, you know. Not just for us. I mean, we're getting the experience up here in the booth and actually getting to call games. You know, hands-on learning is what I like. Not only that, we're promoting these players. I mean, it's all
exposure.
It's all about the athletes, because I would love to see these guys, any of these guys, go on to play professional basketball. Say, hey, I got to call a game with them when they're in college.
And it's cool to see. I mean, Stover was telling me a few kids. One of the deciding factors was they've seen the work we've done with interviews and covering games, and they wanted to be a part of that. And it's cool to see, and I hope other schools, community colleges, start doing more stuff like this.
Yeah. You know, a lot of colleges don't even have a sports network, or they don't keep up with stats, and the college, they don't really care about. It seems like they don't care about their athletes because nobody really gives them the recognition they deserve. Sandy for 3. Couldn't quite get to fall. You know, you could also, deep 3, no good. Tipped away, loose ball. Jamari Moss with it. And they're going to call on the floor. And it's going to center the line to shoot a 1-on-1. Yeah, but you can check. If you're at home one day, you know, you call in sick to work just because you don't feel like going to work.
Right.
Or, you know, you don't want to go to class, you can go home between 12 and 4 on Channel 27 here in Fairfield. You can check out our games, check out our shows. Pretty sure they're showing your famous show, the Puff Puff Pass show.
All right, we got to get back to it, man. It's been a while.
It has.
It's been a while. We got to get back on track.
A lot to cover.
A lot.
We've missed out on a lot of stuff in sports.
I mean, we got baseball coming up.
Yes, we do.
Pitchers, catchers, going to start reporting here pretty
February
soon.
2nd.
Man, that's less than 2 weeks. Is that Saturday?
I believe it is.
I think,
Saturday.
Super Bowl Sunday is February 3rd.
It's always the week after Super Bowl Sunday. Pitchers and catchers start reporting, and baseball fever is in the air.
I know, but baseball is you a baseball guy? Is that your number one sport?
That's my number one sport. Yes, it is.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this year, man. I'm a Dodger. You're A. I mean, both teams should be pretty good and competing for the West again, back to back. Obviously, for the A's, it'd be 3 years in a row.
But the only thing different about this year is a lot of the sports writers are giving the West to Oakland already.
Yeah,
they're already writing everybody out. Usually we're the ones
it's the
written out.
Angels or the Rangers. I love that move the Rangers made, getting Prince Fielder. I think that was a great trade for both teams. I love Ian Kinsler going to Detroit. I mean, they didn't need Prince Fielder, and Texas needed that power guy, obviously, with Nelson Cruz.
And that was a soft spot for Detroit, was their second base.
Yeah.
You know, Ian Kinsler definitely has power. You know, he'll hit about 14, 15 home runs for you
and now
every
you
year.
can just move Miggy back over to first, or you can keep him at third. And, Victor Martinez can handle the leather at first base also. So it'll be weird seeing Detroit without Jimmy Leland, though.
Yeah. You know, I think that's primarily their success came from Jim Leland. So it's going to be a really big transition for them. I don't think they'll be as strong. And my sleeper pick for the AL Central already is going to go to the Indians.
Yeah, I mean, look what they did last year. I mean, Francona turned that team around quick. I'm still riding with the Tigers, man. You got all those aces, and then you throw in Miggy in that lineup.
Well, Verlander just had surgery yesterday.
Yeah, and he didn't have the great regular season that he usually does. I mean, he balled out in the postseason, but Max
Sandy
Scherzer,
for 3.
Splash.
And he hits it.
Splash.
Splash.
He's
We
been
need one of
impressive.
those boards like on the radio shows where every time we hit it, it goes whoosh,
Yeah.
or whoosh. I
You
don't
got to
know.
have the sound effects, man.
And you know I'm not good at sound effects, so don't look at me. Don't push my buttons.
I'm right there.
Tamari
with you.
Moss with the steal. Pushes it up to Duran. Duran going up, and he finishes with the left hand. Very nice. Hey, 6:55 left in the game clock, 69-52.
And partner, all those missed free throws coming back right now. It could be a single-digit game. Surprised they didn't call it traveling there. But no walking violation. Getting the NBA call right there, partner.
Mhm. The LeBron James call, as I like to say.
Right.
Davis. Trying to flick it out. Hosea with the ball.
You can hear Nagel screaming, "Let's go."
Yeah, you know, they're sitting here waiting for a shot. They need to come down. They need to put up some quick buckets.
Solano's got
Sandy with a deep three.
Oh, a little heat check right there.
Oh, and almost got it. Jamari Moss down low. Brandon Davis, hey, for two.
And see, I mean, this would be a totally different game. I know Yuba maybe be not letting up, but obviously the defensive pressure is not there in the second half. They had a nice cushion. But I don't know why Solano wasn't doing that in the first half. Get to the paint and just kind of trying to get through the zone.
Well, I want you to observe after the 4-minute mark what Solano does. What I've been seeing from them is as soon as he hits around the 4-minute, 3:30 left in the ball game or the half, it seems that the opposing teams seem to just take advantage of Solano. Maybe it's they're just outrunning him or outconditioning him. I'm not too sure, but they always seem to kind of dwindle off towards it.
The one thing I've noticed, I mean, I haven't watched Solano play at all this year. This is my first game seeing him. But the one thing I've noticed watching today's game, and of course that's going up against Yuba, but they just haven't found that lineup they're comfortable with, a lineup that is comfortable out on the floor and guys they can depend on. It's kind of like, okay, you've got the ball here. Maybe I'm going to shoot it or trying. Like, no one wants to be aggressive and just take over the game. That's the one thing I haven't noticed from the Solano team.
They're missing that one big playmaker.
Yeah.
And, you know, part of their game plan is get the ball to Teron Morrison down low. And he's going to get the boards for you. He's going to get the defensive stops. When he gets into foul trouble early, you got to come up with a whole completely new game plan.
The one dude that has caught my eye, obviously, is Ryan Sondy. I mean, this kid's having a stellar game so far, and inside, outside. I mean, he's done a good job driving inside, and he's knocked down a few threes.
But, you know, Coach Nagel does a great job with these guys, coaching them up, letting them buy into the system, you know. My hat's off to Coach Nagel. I mean, they're down big right now, but you know what? He's still on the sidelines motivating his team, saying, let's go, let's go.
And, I mean, looking at Nagel's success coach, and you can't look at BVC titles. I mean, this guy is just a great coach at teaching exactly to make guys better individuals. And, I mean, he just hasn't had the talent that other coaches have had in the BVC, like, obviously, Doug Cornelius, for example. I mean, this guy has D1 talent. You know, might not be big-time D1 talent, but he's got guys that play and balling pretty well at the 4A level.
Good ball movement by Solano. Tim Moore to the basket. Couldn't finish. Tips it back in himself. Very athletic play for Tim Moore. And one.
And that's the thing with Yuba here tonight. I mean, they've always had an answer for anything Solano does. All right, take it to the hole, get a little contact, and one. And the thing that's impressed me, too, is Chris Smith on the line. He hasn't even had that great of a game, and yet his team's been in the hand double-digit lead most of the entire game.
And it just shows what type of team this Yuba team is. They're very deep on their bench and with all starting 5 of their players. And that's what you need for a very successful ball club. You need to have a team, not just an individual.
And you can just ask LeBron James that.
Yeah.
I mean, look, he couldn't get a ring
With
in Cleveland. Goes to Miami. You got him with Bosh, D. Wade, and Ray Allen. A ton of good role players, and back-to-back and 3 straight finals appearances.
Michael, very good move for 3. He couldn't quite get it to go. Oh, good save by Tim Moore. Hustle play there. Daniel to Moore. Back at the keys. Jacob. Michael, Badger. Badger driving. Kicks it out to Tim Moore. Tim Moore for 3. And it's no good. Just a little off the mark. I had a good view of it there and just couldn't quite get it to go.
And he had it. I mean, he had time. He just rushed it a little bit maybe.
Okay, partner, we're under 4 minutes here. I really want you to pay attention to Solano.
It might be different now, though. They're down by 18, you know. Maybe they might play a little better.
Right.
It's not pressure.
Well, I have a hypothesis. I want it to be proven false. Very much so I want it to be proven false.
All right, I'm going to go with false here. It's going to get proven false here. I think Solano will cut this lead down. They're going to lose by 14.
Okay, I like it. You know what? I'd rather say they lose by 10. I actually would rather say they're going to win the game. But
That'd be a great comeback.
Oh, good Oh, and
Ollie.
that is the most embarrassing thing you could do in basketball. Trying to go up for a dunk, and the rim just stuffs you. Jump ball, gonna stay Yuba ball.
I didn't know Paulie could get up like that, though.
Yeah.
I mean, he was close, man. That was close to rattling home.
Yeah, close is only good for handguns and horseshoes, or hand grenades and horseshoes.
It is Friday, though. You know, Sports Center, not top 10. I don't know if it was that bad where it
Oh,
wouldn't have
good
made
cut
it.
by Duran.
You know what? Solano's had a few nice inbound plays right on the baseline there, cutting to the rim and getting easy buckets.
You know, I could see the potential in this team. If they take away the bonehead turnovers they had early in the game and get themselves out of foul trouble, they'd be right back in this ballgame.
Yeah, there's just a few things. I mean, missed free throws, like you said, some turnovers here and there, and
But they are a young team also.
yeah. And really the first half killed them. I mean, they just had no rhythm offensively. We've seen a little more rhythm here in the second half, but, I mean, a little too late.
But, yeah, I'm definitely liking what I'm seeing here in the second half. They're fighting.
Yeah, I love seeing that, man, and that's the thing Nagel brings. I mean, his guys are going to – the effort's always going to be there. I mean, they're not going to hang their heads and not try and ball as hard as they can.
Tim Moore wants to get with that. Not Tim Moore. Keys, Michael. No good. Tim Moore, the rebound, puts it back up. There's a reason why I was saying Tim Moore. I just had a ESPN or something.
Tim Moore getting up for a white boy.
14-point ball game.
All right, the game should just end now, so I could just be right for once. Man, you gotta love Brian, man. He's doing a very good job.
Yeah.
PA.
Yes, he is.
That's not easy.
You know what? I did not expect that deep of a voice to come from Brian.
Right? That's what being on the speech team will do for you, I guess.
For all those people that like to argue, you should definitely come try out for the Solano College speech and debate team.
Great experience, man. I mean, you learn a lot of valuable stuff, and you get to compete, man. What's better than competing?
Well, pacifists don't like to compete.
I mean, I know us too, man. We love to compete,
Oh.
man.
How else could you live life?
Right?
If you ain't winning, you're dying.
Exactly. Look at that, down to 13.
With 2 minutes left to play. My hypothesis has been wrong, and I like it. Oh, good deep. They're going to call a foul on Tim Moore.
Just got a little too aggressive there, but, you know, you're down by 13, 2 minutes left, turnover, get an easy bucket. I mean,
I think that is Tim Moore's 4th foul.
yeah, I mean, Yuba's been in a double bonus for the majority of the second half. And you get a look at the stats, and Sandy, the only guy in double figures for the Falcons.
Hosea Barfield checks back into the game for the Falcons. Well, minute 56 left here. There's a 14-point ball game. And he makes them both. Clock ticking down here. It's just a matter of how much do you want to lose by.
I really, the only thing that matters right now is your hypothesis, partner. You said it was what? It was 18? 18 at the 4-minute mark?
18, yep. Good ball movement. For 3, Tim Moore. He's starting to feel it now. Better late than never, I guess, right?
And the one thing with Solano, I mean, they do have some three-point shooters. And the important thing for them down the road is they need big number 4, Teron Morrison, to stay out of foul trouble and develop that post game inside so they can have that inside-outside game.
And just off the mark, Michael comes down with a good pass up to Badger. Badger going up for a nice little lay-in. And it's a 10-point ball game. Uh-oh. Things are getting excited here at the Falcons' Nest.
And you got to foul. I mean, that's the only chance. This game's about 99% over, but you got to foul and hope they miss free throws, knock down a couple threes.
Tim Moore's heating up. Put Sonny back in. Sonny was hitting some three-pointers. Hey, you know what? I'm very glad they proved my hypothesis wrong. I can never say that again because I doubted the fight in them, and I should have never done that because
Never
this
have
team's
doubt.
fighting.
Never have doubt.
It's not about the It's not about the size of the dog. It's about the what? Can you help me out here?
That's it. You started it, bro. That's your
it's
mess.
Not about the size of the fight in the. No, it's not about the size of the dog. It's about the size of the fight in the dog. Yeah.
Bam. I knew it would come eventually. Look at that. 2 missed
Something
free
like that.
throws. Come down, hit a three, get a steal. Who knows?
Pull up a Steph Curry, like right there.
You just got to jack it up.
You just got to put it up at this point. I mean. Oh.
Man, Paulie, man, this kid's having just a great all-around game. Passing, shooting, defense.
You know, I thought we'd be calling Chris Smith's name a lot more, but it's been Paulie all game long.
Paulie and
tormenting
Barry
these
Ogalu.
Falcons, yes.
Got a wide open look.
Oh, very nice. Hey,
Get a steal.
3-possession ball game.
Did they get a steal right here? They cut it down to 2. Got a foul. Got a foul.
And they're sending the line to shoot 2.
And you just got to hope they keep missing free throws. I mean, you got a chance. And I love the fight in this dog, man.
Yep.
They're battling.
Hey, you know what? Hats off to them. They could have thrown the towel in the first half. They came back from an 18-point deficit with 4 minutes left to play to dwindle the lead down to 7 points.
And that's one thing I love seeing from Coach Nagel's squad is a lot of teams might have hung their head and really kind of just threw in the towel. But, hey, we're down 18, 4 minutes left. This game's over. But they're battling. They're getting some stops defensively. Keys knocked down a 3. And finally,
Michael Telemoso.
Mikey got one to drop.
Yep, a little too late, right?
And just that little 8-minute part in the first half just got him down by 2 big.
When Yuba went on a 10-2 run there.
Yeah. Let's jack it up, see what happens.
Tim for 3. Nope, nowhere.
Look at little Mikey going up high, getting the offensive rebound.
Oh, and I had a pretty clear view myself, and I believe it went off number 2, Floyd Warmley.
I think the ref just doesn't care at this point, man. He wants to go home and eat.
Turn off some Sports Center, watch
Exactly.
Knox at 10 play, and have himself a beer. That's another foul on Tim Moore, and I believe that is his 5th personal.
You're right, partner. He's done for the day. You can go have a seat right next to Ron Morrison. Both guys have fouled out. But I did like what I saw from Solano here the last 10 minutes of the second half. And, I mean, this is a team that lost by 23 points the first time they met up, or actually 27 points they met up in Yuba, and played them a little tougher here down the stretch. And Yuba did have a nice lead. A lot of their starters were on the bench for the majority of the final 10 minutes, but
You know, this could be a little confidence booster here. The way they played in the second half, if they can continue that play throughout a whole game, man, the sky's the limit for this team. I mean, I see a lot of potential.
That's the thing
John
we
Nagel's
mentioned,
team.
partner. I mean, just rhythm's been a key thing for Solano.
Mikey throwing up another 3, not there. And the clock is 4 seconds down. 3, 2, 1. And this game is over, folks. You know, Solano was down big, but they tried to come back in this game, only losing by 10 points, but they showed a lot of fight here in the second half. Final score, 80-70 in favor of the Yuba 49ers. Zach, your outlook on the game here.
My outlook was they didn't play well early on. They kept the fight alive, played hard, second half. Love what I saw from Coach Nagel's team down the stretch. Did not give up, kept battling, and I was very impressed with Ryan Sondy. The kid balled. And even when Mo Hernandez got out there, he was playing very well and kind of got him going a little bit. But the thing with Solano they need to work on, they've got to find that lineup where they can get that rhythm offensively. Because, man, they had to work to score here at points, and it really cost them the game. And Yuba, man, the Yuba's
Yeah, Yuba's Yuba. You can't.
Yeah.
Yuba played one hell of a game, and very well coached all the way around. Very fundamentally sound team, and when you play a fundamentally sound team, they don't make mistakes. And Solano didn't cause them to make a lot of mistakes, and that's the reason why they lost this game.
The thing that impressed me too with Yuba, Chris Smith didn't have that stellar performance, but yet they still controlled the whole game. Yeah,
Paulie had a
balled,
great game. Yes, he
and
did.
also Barry Ogley inside had some nice buckets inside.
But the highlight for Solano had to be between Ryan Sondy and Mo Hernandez coming off the bench and adding that spark to kind of crawl them back into the game here.
Well, partner, it looks like the crew's ready to start their Friday night. It was fun.
Yes,
Doubleheader.
it was. Hey, tune in next Friday where Solano will bring it to you live here. Or not live, I'm sorry. Recorded on SCSN.
Soon enough.
Soon enough we'll have live going. But thanks for tuning in to SCSN, your home for Solano Falcons sports.
Like the Facebook page.
I am Staj Zamoyda, my broadcast partner, Zach Poff. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time, you guys have a good night.